Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frismel, and today we continue on with just a bit of classic Hades. Classic Hades today. Suffering a bit of burnout, to be honest, on playing Hades and all that stuff. So I just felt like going, or Hades 2 anyway. So I thought about going back to the original and just seeing kind of like what I want to do there. Take the Signet Ring. Actually, no, do we want that? Because, like, is that the best for this run? Thinking. I guess it is, like, DPS output is the best one. But let's continue. We have done 0. Lasting consequences. And we've done 1 as well, heat. So I guess we're going up to 2 heat, is it then? Okay. So what should we go for if that is the case? Let's try some boons, could be actually fine. Sure, it puts me on 2. Can go from there. Yeah. Approval process seems interesting. We shall try it.
Elysium. It isn't for the good, it's for the great. Great kings or killers, oft one and the same. They left their mark upon the world. Shall you?
I'll leave my mark, all right. Lord Uncle Zeus.
Nice. Straight away.
Firmament, nephew, would take care of one another and support each other. Quite unlike how it must be there in your father's grim domain. I wonder.
Yeah, so I always lose one of them. But yeah, attacks inflict. That's great. Because I don't really want that on there. But this will help me clear out a room. And let's go see Chaos again. But yeah. Let's just take it.
Father and his brothers, when they sealed the Titans in the darkest reaches of this world, that was the last they saw of me as well. You are dissimilar from them, and I feel safe communicating thus with you.
More damage from behind is kind of... Moose speed being dropped. I don't really want to take the air. We'll take the moose speed drop rather than the attack loss. And don't need keys. Darkness would be nice, but I guess we'll just go on and take gems.
There we go.
All I need now is just like an infinite thing on the weapon, and I'd be good to go. But yeah, I've been suffering a bit of burnout, more than anything else as well. Like, I end up recording not because the fact that I want to record, but more the fact that I feel like I'm obligated to. Which is not a bad thing. It's just, when I start feeling like that, stuff just gets a bit too much, and it quite clearly is happening right now. As I spent some time with my family and friends, and more for the fact like kind of like changes in plans and stuff, which was kind of a not bad thing, but stuff that people want to end up telling you like really late is the annoying thing. And when they tell you, it's like they expect you to kind of drop everything, which is nice. I had fun. It's just I really wish that they told me earlier. You know? Because if they did, then I wouldn't have felt like I was rushed when I got home today, and I didn't end up streaming like I wanted to, which was, yeah, you know. Minor problems is all I'll say with that, but still, they're kind of things where I don't like change, and I'm unhappy with change in the best of times, so... So, yeah, my brain doesn't process it very well. You know, I'm not a fan of last minute changes, and especially when they have an impact on what I end up doing later. I'm also not a fan of it. But then all it does is kind of like, I've come home, almost, as I would say, I come home from a long day. We all heard that phrase, right? You know, I've just been busy with all sorts of different things. I come home and then I feel like I just want to just chill out, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of just didn't do this recording or whatever, and I was going to do it anyway, and I thought, well, it's my own fault 'cause I'm not prioritizing stuff properly, which I got to get better at. I was doing it at one point, and then stuff came in the way, and then I wasn't recording. Plus, then I want to spend my own time. You know, my own time doing my own things as such. This just took care of him pretty quick.
See you next time, I'm sure.
I want you to know something here, man. It's been a bit of a long haul, but you are getting closer to the surface, and you'll get there someday, and we're with you, however long it takes, okay?
We'll take that. Ooh, can fish.
Looks like a good spot. Mine. What do you know? A hellfish.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm debating on changing how I do things with this particular channel and how I upload stuff, both for my own sanity as well as
Next.
and also like for the future of just like you guys and people like the watching all this. It's a debate,
You're on a break again.
but also a bit of a change.
Sisyphus, how can you stand it being here like this? You always seem in such good spirits, though.
You push all boldly here sufficient times and you might get a different outlook on things too. With the Furies all preoccupied and with my running into you from time to time, I'm positively doing great lately. I like to take what pleasures I can get. I got you.
Always look at the bright side, eh?
A pleasure.
Well, take care.
If I can get like infinite ammo or something, that'll be pretty much sorted on this run, and I think we'll be pretty good, in good spirits. Unless we get some upgrades then for the lightning, and then we're laughing.
Load it up.
But yeah. It's kind of one of those things where it would be more of a change on a permanent basis, more than it be on a small one. Axe deal in area damage briefly so enemies. Attacks are faster and more accurate. And again, yeah, gain more ammo is a lot better.
The rail grows stronger.
Yeah, we'll take both of those. Let's go. 2 boons, the price of 1. Why not?
Whichever god I don't pick won't be pleased.
Do this one. Special inflicts hangover. Just take the cool. Drunken dash would be nice though.
Young man, I don't know why you would do this to me, though I trust you're going to think twice next time.
He won't stand for this. Let's give him a show then.
But yeah.
All is forgiven and forgotten, Zagreus. What were we even going on about back there?
I think that's the only thing I missed from the second one, is this sort of like, we'll just hit that. That sort of, weird sense of humour between the gods and their infighting.
Kieran's shop.
But I guess you can't really do it when they're all fighting the same enemy.
You, I know that salty Charon can be difficult, but I'm certain that whatever price you paid, you got a deal.
Of course you would, Poseidon. Ah, we'll take that then. I'm taking all the rares and epics and stuff like that at the moment. We haven't really got a build going, but we've got something.
Megara?
Your mother, Zagreus. You really think you'll find her once again out there? Even if you make it out. Maybe she's found another hiding place.
It isn't us she's hiding from up there. Father let her go. He never wanted to go after her. So I appreciate your concern, but I'll find her again.
That sounds like information neither one of them would want for me to know. You know the punishment for spilling secrets, don't you?
Someone who enjoys their job a little bit way too much.
We're not finished yet.
Oop. Let me use the cool now. It's just going to get stuff poisoned a little bit, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I do like this gun. It's probably one of the only ones that I miss in the new game is the fact that the kind of like gun weapon isn't really like a gun, but you know, you can't really take it from Eris, can you? So what are we taking now? I guess I want more poison stuff, really.
Keepsakes hold power.
To the point where I might be able to like overwrite my attack with poison, which would be nice.
Let's think about this.
Getting rid of this is fine, as well as the cast, although it's nice. I prefer to get rid of it. Let's move on. Actually, do I need to buy more stuff from here? Drop health. And boost speed, we'll take both of those. I got a lot of gold, so I might as well spend
So
it.
much for Tartarus. Check.
That's the other bit, is like, in the new game you can't really get rid of boons by selling them. Which, don't know. I don't think you need it for the gold income. But if you're forced to take
At least.
a boon that you don't want, there's no way to remove it. At least not that I can see early on. Which is kind of annoying. Because like there are times where even I've come against boons that I'd rather get rid of, you know? And I've had to pick one of them. I picked one thinking it was the less option, but in fact it became one of the worst options. More happens with weapon upgrades than anything else, but still.
Set.
But you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. But yeah, I mean, I am suffering a bit of burnout more than anything else. I've noticed it in just the way I'm behaving
You wanna die
on all
again?
sorts of other stuff as well, not just like the recording. Which is kind of a bit of a disappointment, because I enjoy playing games and stuff, but it's that sudden realization that I'm not really as enjoying it as much as I could be, because maybe I'm doing the recording rather than actually sort of enjoying the game. It's kind of, it takes me back to when I did when I was at university. I did some sort of review, basically digital reviewing
Something.
is essentially what I was doing, but it was freelance work.
Come. Let's get this done.
So essentially what I did is I would basically purchase a game that I was told on the advice of the company that they wanted someone to do a review on. Obviously for certain reason I can't specify which company that was because of other reasons. But, and it was kind of the reasons why I kind of got annoyed when I ended up moving. Well, I didn't really move, but like I didn't take the job going abroad for it. But you know, I was young, I was immature, I was supposedly in love at the time.
There's something.
Ah, come on, I lost by 1. That's annoying. I could have done with the extra HP.
Listen to me. I don't know how else to put this, but I want you to come home voluntarily. It's not just you swept up in all this nonsense now, and I know you didn't ask for me to get involved, but what did you expect?
Fen, home is never going to be the same for me. There's no use trying to pretend. I have to go.
You don't have to do anything of the sort. You have no idea how good you've had it here. Maybe someday you'll come to understand.
Yeah, those phrases are the ones that I kind of draw a line under. Is the fact that someone says, "Oh yeah, you don't really know how good you've had it." I'm like, well, of course not. Like, why would they? No one's told them.
Oh good, I love snakes.
You know, if someone told them and actually let them experience what it was that they're supposed to have it as good as they have, like, do you think they'd be doing the same thing? Probably, yeah. Because it's not about how good someone has something. It's about what they feel like they're missing. And I think a lot of decisions people make are based upon the idea of the fact that they feel like they're missing something, regardless if they are or not, and they have to fix it. You know? But anyway, I was saying, yeah, so... Yeah, I did like a... Basically, I reviewed online, well, games, cinema, movies, stuff like that for a company. And essentially, I would write about like a 500-page, well, 500-word review.
I didn't catch her name.
Just on the experience of it, and then we played like the first... Yeah, that's fine. Maybe played like the first sort of couple of hours of a game or something I've got so far through it. Some of them I was able to complete, other ones I wasn't, and I then give like, you know, first impressions, thoughts, stuff like that. But I would say while doing it, I felt like, although it was nice, the extra money, because as a student, like, extra drinking money is extra drinking money. Of course I'm going to take that. Really? That combo really hurt me. I'm playing terribly now. I had such a good boss fight, and now I'm playing awfully.
Press on.
Sounds about right for me, though. We will take the darkness just for more healing. Try and stem the tide, as it were. Concentrate. But that's what it was. And of course, because I was like critiquing stuff, I had to kind of stop the way I was playing games normally to enjoy them, to basically critique them in my particular style of fashion. And, you know, it wasn't a bad thing necessarily, but it was something where it did impact my enjoyment of games, and I'm kind of reaching this similar point now with this. Like, I've been making videos and stuff like that now for like a few years, actually. Probably like 3 years or so. I've been doing it longer than I'm in my current job. And it's mainly just been an outlet for like creative stuff, but I feel like the stress and things are probably getting to me a little bit more of having to like consistently upload content and stuff like that. Not that I need to, because I'm not in that sort of position. Like, I don't rely on this for a livelihood and stuff like that, so it's not actually a physical stress. It's more of a creative stress.
Pleasure doing business.
Yeah, dashing, yeah, that's fine.
For safekeeping. It's
But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my head at the moment. It's I kind of feel like I'm similar to that sort of phase back then. And to be honest, when I got to that point,
Hydra, if you understand me, menacingly hiss.
yeah, I kind of just reached that point where I was just like, oh, okay, then I'll... If I'm not enjoy playing games, there's no point in me playing games or something would be the solution, you know. Or at least there's no point in me doing it in that aspect. So I ended up actually, I stopped reviewing for a little bit and took some time out because I was freelance, and I was saying, you know what, for a few months I wasn't going to do anything and kind of focus on my uni work and stuff like that, and it made a massive difference. Like, I started enjoying playing games again, and then after a bit I was like, you know what, I'll continue reviewing some games. But it did take some time. It's not something that was like a complete switch, and I feel like I got that now, where it's like, it's probably because, again, seem to just be playing Hades 2 rather than actually doing other content. And even though I'm playing like Hades here, just the first one, it's a little bit different in my mind. Than just, you know, than just playing the second one over and over again. My brain is processing it differently, which it's a really hard thing to distinguish, and I say this to a lot of people, especially like giving advice and stuff like that to just people struggling with stuff. Like, sometimes you just need to find out, like, essentially what the issue is at hand. What am I finding that's a bit of an issue? And for me, as it stands, it's the responsibility of feeling like I have to upload something rather than the fact that I want to upload something. And I know, like, it sounds stupid. Like, I don't have very many subscribers. I don't have people that will sit here and probably watch this channel on a daily basis or things like that as well. I would love it if people did. I really would. So it's not like it's that big an impact on me, but it's not about me wanting
That's what you get.
to put up content for other people. It's because I feel like I always do it, so I need to do it to try and relax. And then I don't end up not relaxing. I feel like it's more of a stress. You know? That's the issue. I will keep this going, actually. Give me more healing items, more damage armor, and fishing point, please. Take all that. Ooh. What can we purge?
I still need these.
That's fine.
There goes that one.
But I could get like a heroic for getting rid of the epics. Yeah, so that's kind of my issue. You know,
Elysium.
it's more of out of a personal obligation to myself for the fact that this is how I usually kind of calm down, but then I don't feel like I get to just enjoy the games as much.
There. I've got a plan.
So what I'm thinking of doing for a bit anyway, because I think that's probably a more accurate description of me trying to do too many things at the same time. The first one is I'm probably just going to cut the streaming off to like maybe like one day over the weekend, and it'll probably be more intermittent than currently, just because that's the way it's going to work. Rather than me trying to plan stuff and then it not going through, I might, you know, be like, okay, one day in the week or something like that, one day a week I will just do some streaming. Rather than plan it or anything else, I'll just do it more on a spontaneous thing. And just be like, oh, you know what, I feel like streaming. How that affects you all guys, if you ever do watch the streams or you catch them later or stuff like that, there might be more or less of it. And I am probably going to leave the streams for me trying out other games, I think. Doing more stuff that I don't normally do.
There.
And just like having more enjoyment with it. So I can interact with you guys a bit more. That do want to kind of join the streams or stuff like that. I know my upload schedules are inconsistent with those, and actually putting something up that people want to watch is kind of, you know, two-way. But I think that's a lot better for me. And I think I might just change where I'm streaming as well and decide on those things also. Don't know yet. But yeah, like I'm stuck in this no man's land. I think whatever I do, I'm not going to be happy with the solution. So I've just got to pick a solution and go with it. I would like to speak to him, but we'll actually take the weapon upgrade because I think I need something to make me pop as such.
No one's here.
Special becomes a rocket. Your special fires 5 bombs, each doing 30% less damage. We're taking cluster bomb.
Makes the griff grow stronger.
Look at that. A lot better now. A lot better.
Not the right chamber.
Far better, far output. But yeah. So there are a few changes I'm thinking of doing. Which ones come out? Probably the one I mentioned is probably the one that I will probably have the most impact on.
In the name of Hades.
That's really good actually. That will mean that I don't want to move on to anything else. So pretty good if I get close. Take the HP here. So yeah. So there's kind of different factors that affect a lot of things, and I need to kind of sift through all my rubbish, as they would call it. Between that and maybe kind of let my hair down a little bit more while streaming and doing less more PC stuff. Like, I tend to come off quite reserved. I'm not reserved at all. But I feel like I'm being forced to in my own capacity by the fact that I'm making content. You know, that also has an impact on what you decide to do. It's a small thing, but it's a bigger thing. But as I said, like, I think I spoke to... That's really great.
Useful.
I spoke to someone before on sort of like, it's not about what you're doing, it's about why you're doing it. Yeah? And you'll then find out quickly, like, is the thing that you're doing actually worth it to you? Like, do you value that time? Do you value the things? And this sort of stuff, I value it, I enjoy it, I like it a lot.
One's rearming.
But it's something where you do kind of need to go, okay, if I am enjoying it, what's the issue? How do I fix that issue? What's the best sort of like course of action? I think about stuff way too logically anyway, so it's not like it's a bad thing.
More coming then.
But it does have an impact, and you know, I like to try and be honest with stuff. You know, the last thing I want to do is upset people in the first place. You know. it's like if you rather be a choice between trying to be someone's happiness or someone's disappointment, you always try and be their happiness, right? Weapon upgrade we'll take. But that's kind of my, yeah, my sort of thoughts and concerns and so on. I'm just trying to think, okay, so, you know, what do I want to do? How do I want to continue this? Is this working for my sort of like stress outlet, as it were? And I was like, currently, no. I feel more stressed because I have to do it, not because I want to do it, you know? So, you know, I'm thankful for the people that do watch this channel. I know it's changed quite a lot over the past, like, year or so compared to probably what originally stuff was being put on the channel and what people were enjoy watching and stuff like that. So, you know, from the original people that kind of watched this and enjoyed it and still do, like, I'm thankful for all of you watching this sort of content. I think I do have a Discord set up, which it should be in my channel description actually. So if you haven't seen it, yeah, have a look at that, join on there. I very rarely chat on it, I will admit, but again, you know, like although I have like had a lot going on, I've just kind of got caught being busy. It's not an excuse or a reason, it's just what's happened, and I can definitely see that in the way of my behavior and my sort of avoidance of certain things and kind of stuff like that. So, you know, it's something where I kind of need to restructure it. Like, not in a bad way, just in a way, or anything else. But yeah, I mean lots of people are going through the same thing, you know. Just when something isn't fun anymore. Like, what's it? I went and bought Ghost of Tsushima for the PC. Been playing it. Absolutely love the game. I think it's great. I can see why, like, there were so many reviews being like really praising it and stuff like that. For me though, I've just stopped playing it. And it's not because the game is bad necessarily or anything else. But how do I put it? It fails to grab my attention the way I wanted it at the time, right? And it's kind of really weird to say it like that. Like, the game is good, I enjoy the game, I have fun with the game. I like the game. But at the moment, I'm having more fun making essentially 3 different builds in Elden Ring than I am actually doing anything else. As is just cool, it's fine.
Claiming these.
I genuinely mean that. That's ridiculous to me.
You are beneath the notice of the gods, monster, whilst I have earned their favor.
I got lots of spoons with me. But yeah. So, we're probably going to die on this run anyway now. But yeah, it's something that I just suddenly realized, and like, that was kind of my sort of, oh, there goes one Death Defiance. Yeah, that's kind of like my sort of like thought process in it, and kind of what triggered all this in the first place was the fact that I ended up buying a new game, wanting to play it, didn't feel like I could play it because, you know, the moment I kind of sit at my desk, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just me do a recording or stuff like that anyway. And then I was like on my Xbox and stuff where I don't do any recording, actually enjoying playing Elden Ring again. So I was like, oh, you know what, we've got an expansion coming up, I should probably get a build or something else set up for me to kind of like go through and stuff. And you know, but that's essentially what happened. And I pinpoint it down to like Ghost of Tsushima not being the cause of it, but being the one thing that kind of made me realise the fact that maybe I have been a little bit too focused on just using my laptop to not solve the problems that I want to solve as such. Man, yeah, I'm taking way too much. I don't have the DPS on this run, which may be the weapon choice, but I think you know a specific thing. I'll have to have a look and see what I did last time when I got these weapons. Like, what did I get to win these fights? Essentially, that's the cause of me losing at the moment. Yeah, because like I don't have a DPS output on this one.
Goddess Demeter, I beg of you, assist me.
But yeah, that's kind of been my small issue, as they would say.
Cower uncontrollably, you monster. There's naught else you can do against my might.
Man, I'm really taking damage just from him now.
Ready yourself.
We had to get Demeter as well, like, that's probably the worst one to dodge with. It's because the spear throw and everything else just causes that sort of AoE effect. Like, no other god does that on this, and I'm like, oh, I'm already like low life anyway, and you're gonna do that to me?
That was for last time, fiend.
Man, it's getting harder. I guess that's my own fault, because I turned up to 2 heat by trying to limit my choices. Don't think my choices made a difference, but, you know, it's something to always be aware of.
That no good loudmouth Theseus.
I do need to get the autograph from the bull, don't I?
Oh, I just knew that you'd be back soon as I heard you face the champion of Elysium himself. You know, I've heard that among mortals, it's an honor to be killed by somebody like Theseus. Keep it up and maybe you'll be famous too.
Maybe.
I miss Hypnos.
What now, Nyx? Do you realize the danger you have put her in? You claim to care for her, but now you threaten to expose her to them.
Hades, when have I even once been unaware of precisely what I mean to do? I shall bring no harm to the Queen, and neither shall your son.
Harm to the Queen? Wait, what are you talking about?
Child, Zagreus, do you intend to betray the presence of your birth mother to the Olympians?
No, of course not. She seems content to be all on her own.
You take his word for it. How can you trust him not to ruin everything?
Precisely how I trusted him to get us to this point.
Ah, Nix, you have so much charm of being like, well, I knew what was going to happen.
I haven't seen you in a while, lad. You made it to Elysium last time, didn't you?
I did, Achilles. It's crawling with great warriors still looking for a fight. It's not exactly what I was expecting.
Your father's marshaled the most willing ones to deal with you. Doubtless there's much at stake in it for them, if but the pride of having done the task. Although I think that pride will always be their weakness.
True.
Their pride. I'll remember that.
Shouldn't you be back out there by now, getting yourself killed?
Ah, he's such a tsundere.
Say, Orpheus, Eurydice told me your songs, some of them came from her. She seems quite brilliant. You choose your muses well.
I owe my everything to my Eurydice. She authored many of my songs indeed, and she inspired many, many more. Whilst living, we collaborated frequently, you see.
But weren't you the famous one? I don't understand why she doesn't share your renown.
It is but one of life's injustices, I fear. I always sang her praises every chance I had, and she asserted herself splendidly. Yet even still, our listeners believed our songs, they came from me. What else could I have done?
I don't exactly know the ways of mortals, mate, but I'm pleased to hear you always giving credit where it's due.
I know no other way, my friend.
Megara's not around.
As long as you do, my friend.
Patch up the seating, update the menu, clean the stove, stock the honor bar, sweep the rug, dust the rafters, mop the flooring, pay the broker. Oh, sorry, Prince. Way behind on my assignment, so if you'll excuse me, please.
Do so, wait, before you fly away. There must be something I can do to help pitch in with everything. Doesn't matter how good you are at your job. What you're describing, that's more than one individual can handle.
Your Highness, please. I know you mean well, but I have this. Wish everybody wouldn't doubt me all the time. Like that house contractor just gets to stand around waiting for work orders. Unless they come from me, then no.
The house contractor isn't cooperating with you, huh? No wonder so many lounge renovations are clogged up in the works. Though maybe I can grease the wheels a bit.
I completely forgot! I need to get more cooking grease for the head chef! I have to go!
She's running herself ragged.
Maybe we can help her out.
Please take these, will you, chef?
Ooh, nice.
Pleasure doing business.
What is for sale? Don't really want to sacrifice diamonds for that, because we just got a new one. Okay, house contractor, what do we got here?
Maybe you'll have something more affordable next time.
Some decorations for the lounge, shall we say. Lots of different stuff we could end up buying later down the line. We'll save our gems for now. We'll save them.
Can maybe use some rest.
And buy this as well. Get the upgrade. But yeah, let's speak to Scully. Pretty sure we can do.
Less yak and more smacking.
Let's give him a gift then. He hasn't spoken to me in a while.
Wow, now get a load of what you got there, boyo. Wait, really? That's for me? You just pulling my leg.
I'm really giving this to you, mate. Now go enjoy it, will you? Once I've finished pummeling you some more just for the sake of it.
We won't get a spear run on the next one. But yeah, I mean, that's just my thoughts and feelings at the moment. You know, although, like, nothing is that drastic, and it's not really a big deal either way. I'm probably just feeling like I got a lot of pressure from other aspects of stuff, and I feel like I can't sit down and relax for many other different reasons more than just this as well. So I think it's just a time where I need to kind of reset, recenter, and basically start again from a safe space, as they would call it. But yeah, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.